everybody? Welcome back to today's show. Can't wait to get into our Mindset and Motivation Monday. We're going to be talking about you, your body, your mind as a health bank, and why every choice you do make each and every day is either a deposit or a withdrawal. I really want you to think about that, because as we move through the day, we are deciding, not always consciously, to be honest, we'll talk about that here today as well, whether we are building health in both mind and body, meaning like abundant health and energy and vitality, waking up without that brain fog and grogginess, not even needing to reach for the caffeine, or in the mind as well. Are we anxious? Are we worried? Are we overwhelmed? Are we depressed? Or are we looking forward to each and every day with a sense of gratitude and almost like that childlike wonder for what we can accomplish in our life? And if you don't have that, I want that for you. So what I want to share with you here today is that when we are scheduling our day, and we talk a lot about scheduling that ideal day for you, it won't be perfect. None of us are perfect. And also, we have a lot of demands on our time. If you have kids, they've got their demands. You're going to, pick them up at school. You've got to drop them off. You're going to help them with homework. You're going to do all those things. I get it. There's also the stresses around that with parents and with siblings and with your work. Like, there's a lot going on. I get it. But what we need to do is we say, okay, what are the deposits that we can make which will lead to a healthier and happier life? Not necessarily today, the day that you do them. That's the frustrating thing, is that like planting a seed, it's often weeks or months before you see the first sprouts of life. That is the truth. Think about this. Does any one workout get you in shape? No. That's what it's actually frustrating, right? It's like, wow, I've been working out for a week and I don't see anything. Yeah, you don't see anything yet, right? So it's like, all right, let's go through the de-stress protocol that I wrote about, the rain and barrel effect. We've got our nutrition. How many out of 10 meals, how many are on point? I always tell my clients 9 out of 10 meals. All right, that's what we're shooting for, right? Exercise. What does your exercise look like? Did you get in your 10,000 steps or at least 7,500 steps for the day? If not, could we start to build that in? Could we just maybe add 1,000 steps more? That's 10 minutes of walking. How do we build that in after dinner? Can we just go for a 10-minute walk after dinner? Is that possible? Stress reduction. We'll talk about that. What are you doing right now? Any breath work, meditation, anything to be able to calm that central nervous system. Toxin removal. Have you ever done a functional medicine detox, a heavy metal detox, a parasupport, detox? Any of the things that are going to remove a lot of these chemicals from the body. Really important, or pathogens in terms of parasites. The next one on the de-stress protocol is rest. What does your sleep look like? Are you making deposits each night? 9 out of 10 nights. Is it on point? That means about 8 hours of sleep, 7 to 9 hours, with 2 hours or more of REM and 75 to 90 minutes of deep sleep. Sometimes more if you need it, especially if you're exercising a lot. All right, that's our sleep. Then we've got our emotional balance. What are you doing spiritually or in a way to help with any of the hardships you've experienced in your life? How are you working to view those differently so that it doesn't drag you down every day and you remain in the past and worried about the past and depressed? Or also anxious about the future, overwhelmed and not being able to enjoy the present moment. Stress, scientifically backed supplements. Are you using anything that's literally backed, guaranteed to help you with stress and energy, such as the activated B complex, like a B complex, or daily omega-3 support, or vitamin D3, or the daily nutritional support with all of the 12-in-1 nutritional supplements? Like, what are you using to fuel your day? And then the success mindset. A success mindset will allow you to hit as many obstacles as you need to learn in life and still continue to move forward. It's the most crucial. It comes last in the de-stress protocol because they're not necessarily in order, but if I had to put them in order, I'd say that it's first, because it will allow you to get up every single time you've been knocked down. It really will. That's the success mindset. One part maybe stubbornness, a big part of it persistence, right? But in the end, realizing that you can't fail if you don't quit. So the next step is this. Okay, what deposits did I make today? Did I move my body? Did I eat well? Did I get enough sleep last night? Did I drink enough water? Or did I allow stress to get me down? Did I stay up later to watch that Netflix special or whatever it might be. Was it worth it? Now, again, sometimes you're going to have withdrawals. There's no doubt about it. If you've got a sick child and they're up that night, you're up that night, right? Okay. You made a withdrawal. It's okay. No problem at all, right? You caught a virus when you were traveling. You got in late one night. Flight got delayed. You had to make a poor choice food-wise because you were out to dinner with friends or work dinner or whatever it might be. I get it. You don't have to be perfect. Like, it happens. It absolutely happens in life, and I'm the same way. So what's the goal? The goal is more deposits than withdrawals. But here's the problem. We've been taught by the conventional medicine system, the allopathic system, that you simply keep making withdrawals until your health literally becomes a crisis, right? What's a crisis? Heart disease, high blood pressure, stroke risk, type 2 diabetes, obesity, cancer, right? Alzheimer's, dementia. And then what does conventional medicine do? Oh, we don't have any answers. We wish we'd told you, not that they would have, 20 years ago to watch for this, this, and this, or 30 years ago, right? I did a podcast showing that aging really starts in the mid to late 20s, right? That's when it really starts. And we see it affect the organs as early as late 20s, early 30s. So what we want to be able to do is just say, you know what, that system of medicine is literally so outdated and dead that we need to start taking care of ourselves before we do have a crisis. And if we did have a crisis, okay, now we understand more deposits than withdrawals. And then if we start to build that into our day, what does it look like? Well, I've done a bunch of previous shows on this, on the Monday shows, literally. And it asks of you not too much, 30 to 60 minutes a day. You might say, well, I don't have 30, 60 minutes a day. I get it, but you need it, right? So it's like, we need to make the 30 to 60 minutes a day. So I understand it, but I can't help you, and I want to. Honestly, that's my job. That's what I want to do. If you're not willing to meet me or your practitioner, not halfway, but with 30 to 60 minutes a day. Because in 60 minutes, now again, if you look at it, let's say you work from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay. So when I look at that schedule, you work 10 out of your maybe waking 16 hours per day. Well, you've got then 6 more hours. I did a whole podcast that I want to link up for you at stephencabral.com/3531 right now. I'll link that up if you want to go to that URL. It's called the missing 6 hours per day. Everybody has it. Now, it does get filled with other activities. It's not like it doesn't. Like, you get ready in the morning, right? You get ready at night. You've got your morning routine, nighttime routine. You've got dinner with the family. All right, I'll wipe out another 2-3 hours. You get 3 hours. So what I'm looking for is about 30 to 60 minutes of that time. That will allow you to meal prep. It will allow you to get in some movement. That's what I'm looking for. The mindset will be done a little bit before bed, a little bit upon waking, 5-10 minutes, no problem at all. Like, those aren't major things. We need to move those big rocks first. I'll link up that podcast too. If you've never heard about the big rocks theory, I'll link that up at stephencabral.com/3531. But what it comes down to is this. It's asking yourself and becoming self-aware as well as you go through the day. Is the choice I'm making right now one that I would consider a withdrawal, or is it a deposit towards my health? There's almost nothing that's neutral. Right? When you eat the deep fried, French fries and chicken, nuggets when you're out, whatever it might be, there's nothing neutral just because it's chicken. It is a processed food, and it's a withdrawal. Okay. It is what it is. It's not that you can't ever have those. It's just, that's a withdrawal, right? When you're eating something healthier, it's brightly colored. We know it's most likely a deposit, right? So there's no real gray area. If you're kind of going back and forth on it, it's probably not a withdrawal, honestly. Like, it's probably a decent choice. And so what I want you to think about is like real choices. When you're out until 2 a.m, if it's an every once in a while thing, no big deal. Enjoy life. Life is meant to be enjoyed. But if this is happening twice a week, certainly not going to improve your overall health in both mind and body. It's one of the things that I had to give up, going out with my friends till 2-3 a.m. in my early 20s. Now, I didn't give that up when I was in college, but when I got out of school, and I did it for a period of time, and then I cut it down to just one night. I'd go out with my friends on a Friday night, have a great time. It's not that it was amazing. I loved it. But my insomnia was kicked off, and even worse, because then my body was used to then going to bed at 3 a.m., right? So then I couldn't fall asleep and I had to wake up then for work on Monday morning. So some of these things simply don't serve you. And the goal is not to take all the fun out of life, but life is very difficult to enjoy if you're not in vibrant health in both mind and body, because you're struggling to get the energy and deal with the brain fog of everyday life when your body's not balanced. So I'm simply trying to share with you that I've been there, I know what it's like, and that at least for a period of time, we need to add more deposits than withdrawals. That is the formula, whereas you don't need to be perfect, but simply more intentional. That's really it. And because after a while, your health will be so strong that you can then have the occasional glass of alcohol, stay up late, take a red eye, deal with work stress, whatever it might be, and it no longer affects you because you've made so many more health deposits than withdrawals. So my goal for you is to start today. Literally make one deposit today that you might not ordinarily make. Think about that one more thing. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. That's a deposit, right? Meal prep for lunch that morning. That's a deposit. Over time, you will build the wealth of energy, resilience, and vitality. That's what I want for you. Hopefully today's show was helpful, as if it was, of course, do feel free to share it with anyone you believe it could serve. Have an amazing day. I'll link up those previous shows I was talking about here today at stephencabral.com/3531. Take care. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.